name is Brishti. I'm the class of 2020, so I'm a sophomore right now. And I am from West Bengal, India.
I'm Ming Lu. I'm a sophomore in Bucknell. I was born in China and I grew up in Singapore.
My name is Bo-Shan Chen. I'm from Shandong, China. I'm a freshman at Bucknell.
I'm Teresa Lee, a first-year student from Beijing.
Hi, I'm Trang. I'm from Vietnam and I'm a freshman.
My name is Tejin Kandapotia. I am a sophomore here at Bucknell and I identify as Tibetan American, but more Tibetan.
Okay, I'm the worst artist, but I will attempt.
It's not gonna be pretty though.
I'm not a good drawer, but yeah.
This is an expo marker.
Oh my god, you can draw.
Okay. I didn't put features on it because I feel like, well, through my life, I've been scrutinized a lot, positively and negatively, about the shape of my face and my hair.
It's a girl and big eyes, high brush nose, small mouth.
Actually, my mother's name. I find Chinese characters are the most beautiful languages in the world, and my mother is the most beautiful woman in the world. So I wrote her name in Chinese. That's beauty.
Now I have to go after you. I'm gonna sound all shallow. I guess the traditional prettiness is just long hair, big eyes.
Beautiful mean like white skin. That's a really like standard in Asia. Thin, yeah, super like good thing, and like big eyes, red lips. I personally like do not really like think like that because I've changed like a lot my point of view.
Thought of a white person. That was the first thing.
India has a very, very like deeply rooted, convoluted as well, patriarchy. So I guess the big parts that show up and are most evident in our culture are propagated through media, especially Bollywood. Bollywood is so huge and widespread. Everybody knows what Bollywood is, and so that became or is a huge part of how we sort of talk about gender norms. The girls are always supposed to look very graceful, have a certain body type.
I guess Western influences, the media, social media, what you see there are a lot of girls with big eyes, straight noses, thick lips, a lot of hair, groomed eyebrows. That's kind of like what the norm is.
Like, you know, all the media, all the movies, films, like TV shows, they all have those like female entertainers have those features. And I think that's a big influence on how we view beauty.
Color, skin color is a big deal.
In Vietnam, I saw many people like try to be white by using like, I don't know, miracle cosmetic.
So growing up when I was very little, I distinctly remember at 3 years or like 3 or 4 years of age when one of my friends used to have a pool car to go to school, and my mom was there to pick us up that day from school, and she very clearly said that I should use a certain kind of soap that will brighten my skin.
I know that it does not bring the like immediate effect, but I saw people do that. I saw people do that, so it's just, I know like how the society really shaped their like perception about beauty and their practice.
Women are looked down as the ones who are supposed to stay at home, especially after a certain age. So you're given all the liberty, okay, go have an education, go do your job for like 2 years. Once you hit 25, get married, have kids, and that should be your life.
I think for Chinese people, they usually like skinny girls, and apparently me is not that kind of girl, so like how to say that? I was not that satisfied with my shape.
Okay, women are meant to be indoors, and any woman who steps out of that zone is considered a power woman.
My culture is a little different because I've grown up in exile. My parents escaped from Tibet in 1959. There was a failed uprising. The Chinese view it as a peaceful liberation of Tibet, and Tibet was incorporated into China, so now it's officially a part of China. And my parents grew up in India, and then moved to America in the 90s, and so it's just kind of like a big combination, like a fruit salad of cultures. So I'm not, like constantly seeing a bunch of Asian people looking a certain way. I'm like growing up in America, I see a lot of like different types of beauty.
Coming to the West, especially for the first time, I think my idea of beauty, especially with dressing up and stuff, is very different, and most often doesn't fit with what I see around here, especially on a very rich white campus. And the way it's imposed on me is like, I've been asked multiple times, or well, looked at weirdly when I wear something traditional on non-traditional occasions.
Okay, well the West likes to put this image of like a very like lean, blonde woman with blue eyes. Yeah, so like here at Bucknell especially, there's like this social norm that you have to look a certain way, like especially since Greek life is so prominent in this community. There's just like a certain type of clothing you have to wear, there's a certain type of like way you have to act, there's a certain type of way you have to look, and that's usually like some dyed blonde hair or like highlights in your hair, something like that, something to make you look a little bit more white.
I definitely have doubted myself, my self-worth, and how I'm coming across to people just because of the fact that I don't conform to the beauty standards here.
Yeah, it's actually, it definitely has been hard for me, especially as an Asian guy, and it is sometimes like I hear other Asians like complain about this problem, about people think they're being unattractive, and I have a really good friend who's not very confident about himself who complain like that, like, why don't I have blonde hairs? Why don't I have like huge body frames and that kind of stuff? And then I think about it, I was just like, fuck it, like that's just the way I am, and I'm going to be like that. Like I'm proud of it, I'm confident, and I'm going to present to the world, to the white people, to the all kinds of people, like who I really am. And you don't like me? Fuck off.
It's like this bigger issue of like whose voice is more worth it, whose voice is more valuable.
Things I've done is like this one week, which is very big back home, like festivity wise, it's my biggest festival back home. For that entire week, I only wore traditional clothes, and that was my way of like sort of bringing my identity, like sort of fixating it on campus in that 1 week at least. So I would say like really encourage people to come out in traditional attire that they're comfortable in, of course, and talk about why this is okay.
I don't think you need to conform. For the first week coming here at Bucknell, I was like, oh shit, I have to wear like the same clothing as these people. But then I was like, this is expensive. Like I can't afford this lifestyle.
To most of the white guys out there, don't fucking wear long sleeve white Nike socks. It's ugly, alright? And to all the international students or the minorities or the diversity at Bucknell, be proud of who you are. You are beautiful.
I don't feel like I have to conform to my like society like standard. It's just like if I feel comfortable with like who am I now, then yeah, I'm gonna be good with that.
Honestly, like if I were to have conformed to the society, I would probably regret it in the future.